Hi everybody, this is Moss Jackson. Welcome back to Mondays with Moss. Beautiful sunny day here in Newtown Square. After I talk with you, I'll have a bite to eat, go back to my office. So I'm going back to my office part-time because I really like doing Zoom calls and FaceTime calls with my clients, but I'm missing my office. I got a rubber tree plant there that has a southern exposure and it just loves being fed. I think when I come in and it sees me, it smiles. I smile when I see it. So I'm going to go there, water it, and then see several clients, and then go to the gym. Anyway, what are we working on here? Why am I doing this? Well, we're working on basically the notion you deserve to live a successful and happy life. One where you accomplish what you want to accomplish, and you feel satisfied, and you move away from ruminating, regrets, and anger and fear, and to step into the art of life navigation, going for what you want and bouncing back. So recently, over the last few months, I've been talking about some themes based upon one of my books, 52 Things Partners Need to Know, which is on Amazon. At least I think it is. I got to check that out. And what I do each week is I bring up a theme or topic to get you to think about that one topic for the week. So, for example, over the last couple months, I've talked about the art of getting grounded, keeping your feet on the ground, not being knocked off balance, being realistically optimistic, facing the challenges right now, but having a sense that everything's going to work out, bringing curiosity rather than rumination to a situation, realizing that most things in life are not personal. Really, people do not wake up in the morning thinking about how to make your life miserable. They have enough trouble getting through the day on their own. Fear, managing anger. Then we talked about courage, the power of courage. I think then we moved to triggers, how we get triggered, and it throws us back into some old painful experiences that are lodged in our emotional memory that you gotta appreciate in order to deal with the situation now. And last week we spoke about be a little delusional, kind of a curious thought. Well, today I got a great topic. Are you a problem maker or a problem solver? The notion being it's better to be a problem solver or solution finder. So a couple of days ago, I woke up, as I often do, about 3 or 4 in the morning, and thoughts pop in my head. Did I do this? Did I not do that? What do I need to do tomorrow? Do I have any tough situations? Why didn't I? It's like automatic. It's like this roommate taps me on the shoulder and starts telling me things to worry about. Okay? And I can feel my heartbeat. And I can feel myself have a reaction. Anyway, this time I woke up, and one of the things I do in my practice, besides seeing clients and coaching and having therapy, is I help companies find the right talent for a different position. So I often get called up and say, can you help me find, I got a couple candidates, can you test them? So I do online testing for sales managers, executives, whatever the position is. Okay, there are different qualities and behaviors that these different positions require, and I have a protocol that allows me to test. Anyway, I was doing this testing for one client who was trying to find a regional sales manager in the Midwest. So I tested 2 candidates, and what occurred to me on this particular evening a couple of nights ago, 3 o'clock in the morning, was, oh my God, did I not send in the second report? Oh gosh, I promised him I would. And it's really critical that he gets this information on time. There's a deadline here. Did I do it? Did I test them? Did I write up the report? Did I send it in? And as I was asking myself these questions, I could start to feel myself ruminating, asking the same questions over and over again. Saying things like, well, what if I didn't? What will they think? Oh my God, this could be terrible. This could be a catastrophe. I might not get any more referrals. Oh, I can't believe I did not do that. Then I became aware. I paused, took a deep breath, which is always a good practice. That's the art of getting grounded. And I regulated myself by doing some breathing. And then I said, okay, what can I do to, number one, make sure I wrote the report and got it out? So I could find that out in the morning. So I checked in with my secretary. She said, Moss, we wrote it up. He was very happy with it. We sent it out. So that was problem solved. So in the beginning, when I woke up, definitely I was a problem maker. I could feel myself being drawn into that dark hole. And then I said, hold it, stop, look and listen, get grounded. And I moved into problem solving. Okay. So I want to tell you about another person I know about besides my situation. Over the weekend, I heard Lisa Baird, who I think is president of the Women's Soccer League in America, talking about the sudden shutdown and loss of everyone's job because of the pandemic. One Wednesday last year, she was looking forward to, on the weekend or whatever, coming up really fast, having some really important competitions in the league. Then the next morning, everything got shut down. Everything got shut down. No more practices, no more travel, no more anything. Anyway, she moved very quickly, it seemed to me, because as she was being interviewed, from worrying about it to being a problem solver. How can I keep our managers and different teams paying their players? How can we get an SBA loan for the league? How do we keep our players united even though they're not together? How do we bring the league back gradually when the pandemic is lifting? How do we keep our teams safe? 10 teams, how do we keep them safe? And he created bubbles, getting small locations. Where can we locate in a self-contained space called the bubble and practice and do our competitions? What she basically did was this. She was definitely problem solving. I didn't hear any what ifs, any ruminations. She had a growth mindset. What can I do to learn from experience? There was nothing to base it on because she did not have that experience before. So she had to learn as she was moving it along. How could I learn from my mistakes and not get caught up and beat myself up if I make an error? How do we create? She focused on safety, protection, and developing protocols that were created throughout the whole league. How do we provide information to the teams, get everyone included? She was really solution focused, and everything worked out well. I think they lost maybe one player who dropped out. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but basically the teams remained intact, the owners remained involved, and it was a really solution, and the teams are going to play now. So some of the keys in terms of being a problem solver are try to understand the other person's situation without taking their actions personally. I know a client, for example, as a wife who gets angry, gets very reactive. She takes things personally, and he gets very frightened, and because he gets triggered from a woman's anger. And we've been working on for him to develop some curiosity. What is she so angry about? Is it about me? Is it about something else? Maybe there's something under the anger, like she's anxious. That's called curiosity. Having the courage to check it out. Hey, you seem really angry. Are you angry with me? Be compassionate. Anything I can do. Try to reframe it. Like it doesn't have to be about me. I don't have to take it personally. Maybe there's something else going on. Secondly, develop an ability not to let a bad 5-minute episode ruin your day. So, for example, if you have a flat tire, if you lose a sales account, if the boss is critical towards you, you might pause, clarify what's going on. This is what happened. And then look at the story you're telling yourself. Are you like I did with my thinking I didn't get the report, and I was telling myself a story and getting caught up in the drama. Okay, have a little humor. You know, have some perspective, and appreciate that this stuff happens. Shit happens, and have perspective that your life is working in many other ways. Practice some gratitudes. Thirdly, become self-aware of the baggage you carry and not blame others. So, for example, with my client who had the fear of his wife's anger, because it would trigger feelings of rejection and abandonment in him. He became aware of his past history, past upsets, and how easily these past upsets were kind of provoked when he saw the look of anger or the scowl on his wife's face. And he realized all throughout his life he's been triggered by that look and by a woman seeming to be doing this. Not actually doing this, but in his mind picturing. And he realized it was not his mother. That really changed his life a lot. And he realized that lots of times under the fear was just hurt because he wanted affection and wanted support. And then we've been working on how we can get that. Another technique is be proactive, not reactive. Like Lisa, she kept other people informed. She didn't wait for them to complain. She went to them with good news, bad news. Look for solutions and not be controlled by a problem. Always say, what can I do? What do I want? What are my options? And what action can I take? Take one little action. It doesn't have to be massive and big. You know the question, how do you eat an elephant? The answer is one bite at a time. How do you climb a flight of stairs? One step at a time. So one action at a time. Another idea which I just mentioned, get out of your head. Recognize you're telling yourself a story. You may have some limiting belief like, if I ask how he's feeling, I'll be devastated because I know he's going to blame me. Well, that's a story. You don't know if that's true. You may have some evidence from the past, but there may be many, many times, if you had checked it out, the person would say, no, I'm not angry with you. I'm just upset about my kid. I'm upset about work. I'm upset about my stomach, whatever. So don't assume that your limiting belief and your story are true. Really important, focus on what you want and create it. Focus on what you want. I think it was Stephen Covey said the first thing in having a great life and 7 Habits of Highly Effective People was imagine it first in your imagination. Create it first in your imagination. Create what you want. And then go out and build it. Create it, and then think what you want, create it, and then do it. Okay? So bottom line to my talk today on be a problem solver, not a problem maker. Problem solvers and solution finders operate from a point of view that life works. Life works. No, they know what they want. They set goals. They follow an action plan. They deal with mistakes without blowing them up or catastrophizing. They have a growth mindset where they learn from mistakes. They're not perfectionists. They focus on being resilient and not getting caught up in taking things personally. Well, that's it. That's it. Be a problem solver, not a problem maker. So my suggestion for this week is, as you go through the week, notice when something comes up, are you turning it into a problem? Are you making a mountain out of a molehill? You may want to keep in your journal, if you keep a journal, which is, I think, a great idea if you tend to worry. Write down what happened, what are you worried about, what's your level of worry from 1 to 10, 10 being very high, 1 being very low, and look at, are you turning it into a catastrophe, making a mountain out of a molehill, or are you saying, oh, this is just a situation that I can handle? Take a breath, get grounded, and then ask yourself, okay, what's an action I could take? Given what I want, what can I start to do to make it happen? Rather than letting your story and your fear feed you being a problem maker. Okay? It's too sunny to be a problem maker. Come on, be a problem solver. Enjoy the spring. All right? All right. Keep me posted. Love to hear from you. I'll see you next week. Bye.